Hello and welcome back to Blue Box. This is episode 13. It's crazy to me that it has only been 2 weeks since the last episode. It has felt like a year. Like because we had a week off last week because I think like holiday break type stuff. And like Japan kind of had a break for several different things going on, and then Netflix also, you know, took, like, Netflix could have, why is my cat, hello, there we go. Netflix could have used that to like catch up on the week, but I guess that's not how it works. I always hope that they do that, like whenever the anime takes a break, like in Japan to do something, if everyone else is behind, I always hope that we take that week to catch up, but that never happens, you know? Like, I hope that with dubs as well, when dubs are like 2 weeks behind and then the anime takes a break, I'm like, cool, maybe we can get like 1 week closer to the subbed version. It doesn't happen. Speaking of, there's a Blue Box dub coming out. I don't think it's out yet, but coming out soon, and I'm very excited for it. Because as I said, I wanted to watch this show in dub when it was coming out, but then the dub wasn't available, so I watched it in the sub. I thought there was going to be a day one dub because Netflix kind of does that a decent amount, you know, but there wasn't. So but I am going to rewatch this in dub. I'm very excited for that. Anyway, we're doing Blue Box. Point is, it's only been 2 weeks since the last episode, but it felt like a long 2 weeks. I'm excited to jump into this. Make sure to support this video if you can, liking, commenting, and subscribing, and get my Patreon account for full-length early access and exclusive videos. Let's jump into it. Here we go. Oh, a new OP! Aw, there was Karen and Haryu. That's cute. First OP is one of my favorites of all time, though, so it's kind of sad to say goodbye to that. But she's got the promise anklet on. I mean, they always do. I don't need to keep pointing it out, but I just keep noticing it. Damn, yeah. That is kind of wild when that happens. You're taking too long. What? You're making the wish for her? It's her anklet. It's a strong bracelet. Aww. Little bit of contact. Well, that comment might be sticking with him for a while. You want to talk? Yeah. Hey, he's put it all together pretty quickly. Nice. I hope he actually does do it. What's up? Oh, she wasn't even thinking about that. The contact you made. Why don't I get to go further, yeah? Oh god, Taiki. This is, you gotta step up. Yeah, there you go. Is that a Karen? I was about to say. She's on the phone right now. To Chinatsu? Wanna turn? Aww. That's sad. That's really embarrassing. That's so embarrassing.
同居する前大変だね。好きな人と共同生活。
Aw.
なんてことは。
大丈夫？G、うまくやってる？
Yeah.
使いすぎなくらいですよ。洗い物とか積極的に手伝ってて。
She insists to help.
無を見
それはしてます。
かと思ったらこっちを見つめてきたり。
目で訴えがちですよね。千夏先輩の周りだけゆっくり時間
He knows her very well. It's cute.
何その言い方は。
カレンだって忙しいだろ。
ちゃんと調整しました。
Aww.
やる。可愛い彼女の多い。
She's the best.
相手は強いの？
多分同じくらい。
What a good girlfriend to have.
分かってるよ。
Ah, she's so
こ
cool.
っち？やっぱりチーと付き合うのに両立が課題になる感じ？
俺の話はしてないんです。
しかしある日二人の関係は急激に動き出すのだが。
急に語り口
たんだけど電話切れた後しばらくしてメッセージが来て。
Can you come out? Aww.
何これ？
俺の小2の頃の日記。
Aww.
初公読み物としていい。だらなくてる前にこれ読んでバカなやつがいたもんだって元気だ。
So considerate.
解決策なら起きてから一緒に考えてやるから。
Oh my god, that's adorable.
特におすすめが
Oh.
健吾のこと考えちゃうじゃん。
That's true.
告白の流れに。
That's so cute. Is that what Taiki's
こ
thinking
の人も
too?
オリンピックレベルだ。金メダリストだ。
両思いって分かった時点で前みたいな関係にはなれないし。
Yeah, I'm not super into the idea of having to give up relationships for what you're, work and stuff.
実験中なんだよね。
It's very, very healthy the way she's talking about it. Nice.
の1年と面白い話してたみたいですね。来年ここに
You
来る
did.
2人は誰か。俺と大輝では不満ですか？
俺から1ゲームは取らないと来年は来られないかも。
Oh.
何言ってるんですか？こっちは勝ちに来てるんですよ。
He's saying you can't even take a game off me. Or you might not be able to at least. Damn. Oh shit. Damn.
慎重になりすぎて守りのプレーになってきてる。そうやって俺に点を取られてきたのに。
Already one game down.
染みついて
県予選のリプレイかってくらい不安そうな顔してる。
Oh.
月曜ピアノ、水曜スイミング、土曜塾。
Damn.
一時期は習字もやった。
Damn. He was a busy guy.
森谷カレンちゃんです。
よろしくお願いいたします。
Yeah, the goggles under the thing.
そこにいた者は皆恋に落ちることはない。
Terrible swimmer.
なんでわざわざスイミングスクール通ってんの？
To learn to swim.
苦手なことわざわざやるなんて。
That's why you take
恥ずかしい思い
lessons.
するからやるだけだろ。何すんだよ。
じゃあ教えてよ。
Aww.
恥ずかしくてかわいそうって思うならできる人が教えてよ。そのために
She's good at like manipulating people.
俺はそんな。
Like using her own
できないと困るん
cuteness.
だよね。さんと泳ぐって夢が私にはあって、
その
Aww.
ためにかよ。
今までの私が苦手なことが未来の私も苦手とは限らないでしょ。
Exactly. That's why you're here.
カレンは辞めるまでにクロールで50メートル泳げるようになった。
Nice.
コーチを泣かせてた。
Oh.
それからも。だから。
ケンゴ好きだよ。
Oh.
自分からその気持ちを伝えなかった。
Man, these two are so cute.
いつも
Oh, it makes me jealous how cute they
苦手だ
are.
ったここでかっこいいところ見せないで。どうするんだよ。
追い上げてきたぞ。
Nice. You gotta at least get a game off him. Come on. Oh. Oh, is that out?
1ゲーム取り返
Oh no, okay, good. Oh, good, 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 good.
いける。まだいける。食らいつけ。
Can he do it?
調子は悪くない。冷静にプレーできてる。
Oh,
なのに
he's very strong though.
点差が見ろ。1ゲームは取ったんだ。実力差はそこまでない。
Mm-hmm. It's a good way to think.
届け。
Oh, right in the stomach. Not that that would hurt, but you're out.
立川高校兵道君
Damn.
まだそんなスマッシュ打てんのか。そんなの叶わねえ。
It's a good match
俺
though.
と2年間戦えて楽しかったよ。
Oh.
ありがとうございました。
Damn
やってて
man.
も思うけど。
He gets that.
そうですね
Yeah.
猪俣部活も恋愛も
気を使いながら生活しているのに
でも地位のこと好きなんだ下心あるのに隠して一緒に生活される
That's
方が
blunt.
キモくない
確かにやたら見てきたり
You're being kind of dishonest with her.
嗅いでるやつと暮らすのは気持ちがラリーしたいです
おアイト
She's a great person. She's so good.
おかえりそれじゃあそろそろ行くね
You two not gonna hug or kiss or anything? There you go.
汗臭い
Oh, fair enough, actually.
じゃあ今の嘘だったらデートの回数減らすからね
These two are so great.
いい匂いする
He smells like Karen. Is this the ED? It is. The Grinch. Let me listen to the ED. Cute. Okay, I'm gonna start my discussion by talking about the OP and ED because I might put it in its own separate video. Sometimes I do that, sometimes I don't, so I don't know if I'm doing that yet or not. But if it's in its own separate video, here we go. So we have a new OP and ED. And if you're watching this in a specific OP and ED video, just know I also do reactions to the episode itself, and you can go watch that episode reaction whenever it's out as well. But anyway, so new OP and ED for the second half of the season, and they seem good. They seem like solid OPs. The thing is, the first OP and the first ED for Blue Box are like up there with like some top tier OPs. Like I think the OP for Blue Box has become one of my favorite OPs of all time, and the ED is up there as well. The ED is like at least very high tier for me, and it's in my Spotify playlist and stuff. I've been listening to those songs a lot, so I'm really attached to those OPs and EDs now. Still though, I'm never, or at least I try to never be like disappointed when an OP or an ED changes, because as far as I'm concerned, the original OP and ED still exists. I can still go and watch that whenever I need to. I still have it on my Spotify playlist. It wasn't removed from the earth, so I can still go and experience that. And I like seeing the companies, the series do new stuff and be able to change it up and also change it to like match whatever's going on at the time. So I'm gonna need to see this, especially the OP, several more times. I liked the ED quite a bit. It was very like calm and relaxed. I mean, I'm a Chinatsu fanboy, so like the fact that it was all Hina based is very nice, but at the same time I'm missing out on Chinatsu. But still, it was still a nice ED, very cute ED. The art style was cute. I liked it was pretty short, but the little sequence of her doing gymnastics is all great. But the OP was very pretty. It was definitely very pretty. But like I need to hear the song a few more times to actually know what I think about it. And I don't mean that I didn't like it. I mean I genuinely don't know. Like it's one of those OPs that the song is so not what I expected initially that I couldn't even like hear it for what it actually was. I was getting used to the vibe of the song, and then it's over. So so I need to hear it a few more times. Sometimes I hear it a few more times and I go, yeah, no, it's not for me. And then sometimes I'll hear it a few more times and go, wow, that's incredible. Like that happened with the one of the One Piece openings, the one that I'm in right now. I'm in like the second half of Dressrosa right now, and there's an opening in that the first time I heard it, I went, I need to hear that a few more times. I'm not sure about that one. And then the like third time I heard it, I went, wow, this is one of the best OPs that they've had. Like I really, really came around to it. So so I wonder if that would happen, or like if anything like that would happen with this one. I don't know. We'll have to wait and find out. So stick around for the next few weeks and see what I think about the OP as I see it more. But yeah, that's my thoughts on the OP and ED. So now, let's move on to my thoughts on the actual episode. Man, Karen is such an amazing character, isn't she? She's so great. Like, just... It's... The Karen and Haryu relationship, I said this during the episode, I'll say it again. It makes me jealous. This is... I love watching romance anime. I think romance anime is really great. And it always, you know, it very often like gives me warm fuzzy feeling, and it's a good place to like focus on character work, and I find it very cute seeing these characters, you know, come to love each other and stuff. That's always really great, right? And so some of my favorite anime and manga and stuff out there, like Blue Box, like Kaguya-sama Lovers War, like they're romance based, you know. And I think it's great. I think it's cute. I'm also reading the manga Himaten right now, which is on the Shonen Jump app. It's a romance manga, and that's really good as well. Like that's just, it's, you know, it's pretty simple, but it's very fun and cute, and I enjoy reading it every week. So, like, there's, you know, I care about romance stuff a lot, but the problem is when it gets to be really good, it makes me sad because like as a single guy who has been in like relationships in the past and like has like known what it's like to be like in love and to be in a relationship and to care about someone that much, you know, I just like miss that feeling, you know. I miss it so heavily, and I watch stuff like that, and it's like I love watching it because I love seeing these characters, and I love seeing them care about each other, and I love seeing these adorable stories. And then there's another part of me that goes, man, this is such an amazing feeling that who knows if I'm gonna have it again, you know. Like I want to be optimistic and say that I'm gonna find something like that again, but who knows, you know. I never know it, and like it's not 100% essential to my life, so it may not happen, but I would love for it to. But yeah, it's so beautiful seeing a scene like that one between Haryu and Karen where Haryu heard that she was, you know, having trouble with some job-related stuff. He turned up at her door and said, "Here's an embarrassing journal about me, so you can look at it and think about how stupid I am, and then hopefully you're gonna take your mind off of whatever you're thinking of." That's so considerate, and it's one of those things where these two characters, like, the problem is, I love them both so much that like I can't be like, oh, I love Karen, so you know I want to like think about myself being with Karen or whatever. Like they're perfect for each other. These two characters are absolutely perfect for each other, and that's the thing that like makes me go like, damn it, you know, because I sort of want to like instead like I think this with like Laura Bailey. Right, she's an actress and she's in Critical Role, you know, so she's a D&D player and stuff. And she is an incredible actress, and she's a beautiful woman, and she's incredibly funny and smart and all of that. And so like she, you know, I will have a big crush on her when I'm like, you know, watching Critical Role or when I'm like seeing her in a game or whatever. I absolutely love Laura Bailey. But then there's the problem of, okay, she's married to Travis Willingham, who is the CEO of Critical Role. And the problem is, and he's also an actor and a member of Critical Role and all of that, right? But the problem is, Travis Willingham is such an incredible man. Like, everything about him, he's hilarious. He's very good looking, I imagine. Like, I'm a straight man, so who really knows? But looking at him, I'm pretty sure he's fucking good looking. He's an incredible actor. He's an amazing, like, D&D player. I love him so much. And so the problem is, I have a crush on Laura Bailey, but at the same time, I never want her to break up with Travis Willingham. Like, I want those two to be together forever. I love those two together. It's adorable. It's amazing, you know? So I have that same problem here. And I have that sometimes, but that's a really good thing, because it means, you know, I really feel like these two people are just so, like, are so great and are so great together. And that's how I'd want it to be. So yeah, I think Karen and Haryu, it's so great to see those two characters together. I love Karen's character. I mean, we've only got one full episode with her. Like, we saw her before once or twice, right? But this is like the first time we properly got to know her, and it's such a great way to show off her character, because, like, you just see how she's, you know, she's a teasing girl. She's like a little. Well, she's very weird. She's a very weird girl, but she's, like, quite blunt. And, like, I just feel like we learned so much about her in such a short amount of time. I really like that scene where she's saying to Taiki, like, or Taiki saying, hey, I don't want to confess my feelings to her because we're living together and it's a really awkward situation. And if I reject her, then I have taken away, like, a safe space for her. She, you know, is in this house, and this is a place where, you know, she has to come every day because this is the only place that she can live. And if I then confess to her and she is not into it, then suddenly this house is no longer a comfortable place for her to be, and she'll have to stress about that. She'll have to worry about that. So Taiki's got, you know, he's got a really good reason for not confessing. Like, I also think a good reason for not confessing is I'm scared. Like, right, like, that's a very common reason to not confess, and I get that, and I sympathize with that as well. That's a reason that 90% of people are gonna have for their reason to not confess to someone, right? But his reason is simultaneously I'm scared, but also, like, 70% of it is what he said. But what Karen says in response to that is, like, however, you know, aren't you being creepy by, like, you have these ulterior motives living with her, you are pining over her, and, like, and she, you know, doesn't know about that. So aren't you being kind of dishonest with her? Like, you're spending all this time with her and you're in her safe space, but you're actually feeling different ways than you're giving off the impression of, right? And he freaks out because obviously he's like, oh God, am I being creepy? Am I being a weirdo? Which is also, you know, an understandable thing to go through in your head. But I think Karen's point, I mean, she said afterwards, like, don't overthink it. Because her point is, look, you can make a reason for either way. You can make a reason that you don't confess to her. You don't want to make her uncomfortable. You can make a reason that you do confess to her. I don't want her to make her uncomfortable. You know, like, both sides have points that if you do it or don't do it, you're affecting her in some way in your head. You know, you can twist your mind to think any of that. When really, what Karen's saying is, why don't you just do the thing you want to do and be honest with a person? You know, talk to a person about how you feel, what you're thinking. I still think it's, you know, more complicated than that, but the point that she's making is it's not. It doesn't need to be that complicated. And Karen, like, can speak to that because she's the one who confessed her feelings to Haryu, which I love, by the way. I feel like very often you see it's the onus is on the guy to confess his feelings or whatever. And maybe I say this as like a sort of weak man, but I wish it was more normalized that it's like, you know, either side. It's like, and I mean, it is kind of, I wouldn't say it's like 100% necessary, and that it's uncommon for women to confess their feelings, because I don't think it is. But I would say it's very slightly less common, and a lot of the time when it's like, oh, these two need to get together, a lot of the time it's going towards the guy and going like, why don't you do this with her? You know, why don't you tell her whatever? And I mean, that happens a lot with marriage proposal and stuff, right? Like, I would say the vast majority of marriage proposal is the man still proposing to the woman, which is nice. And I'm not saying that shouldn't happen. If the couple likes that, sure, why not? You know, if the man wants to propose and the woman wants to be proposed to, amazing, great. But, you know, I think whoever does it to whoever, and that should be fine, you know? Like, because, I mean, look, gay people seem to do it fine, you know? they don't seem to have a problem with who's gonna propose to who. They figure it out and they do it. So I'm sure heterosexual couples, we can figure it out. We can get there. Yeah, anyway, point is, Karen is a good person to speak on that matter because she confessed her feelings, so she can say to Taiki, you should confess your feelings. But yeah, anyway, just a great episode. Really, really good. So much fun. I love it. That was Blue Box, episode 13. Thank you for joining me. Make sure to support this video if you can, liking, commenting, and subscribing. Go to my Patreon account for full-length early access and exclusive videos. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.